Greeting! In this video, I'm going to show you the results of work done on topic determining the degree of authorship of scientific and technical text. Well, the main purpose of this coursework is to develop a concept of a system that will cluster the text we have received and in the future to make assumptions about the degree of the author. Actuality of this work caused by increasing importance of scientific and technical literature as a way of exchange and dissemination of information in the global community. And now we are moving to the UML diagrams, which are an integral part in information system design. And the first one is use case diagram. This is the initial conceptual model of the system, the process of its design and development. It consists of actors, users, and the relationship between them. The next one is class diagram. It allows you to formalize your logical model programs at the level of structural elements of the system, classes. It provides a static view of the structure of the program, what classes it consists of, what are the relationships between these classes, and what each classes consist of. The next one is activity diagram. It's a graphical representation of the performed set of actions of the procedural system and the variation of the state diagram in the considered. Activity diagrams describe parallel and conditional actions, use cases, and system functions at the detailed level. Next one is the sequence diagram. It shows the interaction of objects ordered in time. In particular, such diagrams show the objects involved and the sequence of message sent. In other words, the sequence diagram shows the temporal features of the transmissions and reception of messages by objects and the diagram of components. In contrast to the previously considered diagrams, describes the feature of the physical representation of the system. It allows you to determine the architecture of the system being developed by establishing the relationships between software components, which can act as source of executable code. The main graphical elements of the component diagram are components, interfaces, and relationships between them. Well, in this work, several methods were used, so now a little more about each of them. And the first one is random forest. It is an ensemble method of machine learning for classification, regression, and other tasks which works by constructing numerous decision trees during model training and produces fashion for classes or average forecast of constructed trees. The disadvantage of this method is the tendency to retrain. And the next one is XGBoost. It's an implementation of gradient-boosted decision trees designed for speed and performance. XGBoost models can be used directly in scikit-learn using wrapper classes such as XGB classifier for classification. Next one is HDD classifier. It is a generalized linear classifier that will use stochastic gradient descent as a solver. With this classifier, you can use many different minimization or maximization function to find the optimal solution. The next one is the k-nearest neighbors algorithm uses this feature similarity to predict the values of the new data points, which also means that the new data points will be assigned a value based on how closely it matches the points in the training set. Well, here we can see the program implementation, especially creation of our classification model and creation accuracy testing for each method. By looking at this chart, we can see that HDD classifier has the best performance. And now we are looking at the creation of our clustering model by setting training parameters and making function for calculating frequency of top words in each topic. And by using the Bokeh visualization library, we create the visualization of our clustering model. And as a result, we got 92% of the correct categories, which is a good indicator. So in the future, we can use this model to determine the degree of the author. Well, that's all from me now. Thank you for your attention.